I'm Jason Little, and this is 10 minutes off the top of my head. I haven't made a political video in a while. My heart just isn't in it very much. I have developed kind of a passion for getting out the truth of once saved, always saved, and doing some Bible studies online. So probably going to go a lot more in that direction. However, I do want to address some of the things that I've been hearing lately. And I haven't been on the Drudge Report in probably a week, maybe longer. Haven't really kept up with things. And I'll tell y'all, and I'm sure that you can agree with me on this. Politics will grind you down and it will chew you up. And it just gets to a point where it's too much stress and too much burden. And I don't like to deal with it all the time. I do like to deal with it on occasion, and I will continue to do that. And I also need to beef up my conspiracy theories video series there. So I'm going to be doing that as well coming in the near future. I've got some interesting things to talk with you about. But I do want to talk about some politics today. Early on, I said, Mr. Trump, President Trump, before he was president, when he was president-elect, we're going to hold your feet to the fire. And we need to do that as conservatives, as we the people. I love what he's done so far. I think that he's doing a fantastic job, but there are some things that he's done that are just plain wrong, just flat plain wrong. You don't keep your enemy, and yes, Barack Obama is your enemy. You don't keep your enemy's intelligence guy in place. Comey has got to go. This guy's a bum. He's a crook. He's a criminal, and he's got to go. Bye, Comey. You don't belong in this administration, because you're not there for we the people. You're there for the other side. And I honestly, truly believe that. And I think that there's a lot more to what's going on with these congressional hearings and this whole Russia conspiracy lie and nonsense. He's got to go. Gorsuch needs to get put to a vote now, not later. Quit stalling. Quit messing around. We need another Supreme Court justice. Don't ask him about the other complete liberal nut job communist that was that was never gonna get approved by the Senate anyway. Just stop. Get Gorsuch approved. Get advise and consent. Get him in the Supreme Court. Also, President Trump, please. I know that you're a big, successful, very rich real estate mogul. I understand that. I get that. You're a hero to millions of people. You're somebody that we look up to, that we have looked up to for a long time. Had a very successful TV show. You're a big mouth, boisterous, kind of lovable guy, and I get that, and I appreciate that. But, dude, Mr. President, just calm your Twitter account down a little bit. Just calm it down a little bit. Just calm it down, man. You're the president of the United States. Chill out. The other thing that I would say to you, Mr. President, and I know you'll never see this, but this healthcare plan, not what we wanted, not what we bargained for, not what we thought you were going to do. Repeal and replace. Okay? I know that you're trying to do it in one fell swoop. We don't need it done in one fell swoop. We need you to repeal Obamacare. Obamacare is a disaster, but what you're proposing and what you're backing in the House of Representatives is also a disaster. By the way, I used to get paid to speak for a living. It's amazing. Anyway, stop. Just quit. Repeal Obamacare. Then let's work on getting something to replace it with. We had the greatest healthcare system that the world has ever known just prior to Obamacare. The day before Obamacare went into effect, we had the greatest healthcare system, insurance system, healthcare providers that the world had ever known. And Obamacare took great strides to ruin it. And you're not going to do it any favors by keeping overwhelming majority of what Obamacare was doing. You get rid of the exchanges and all that stuff, well, kind of, sort of, but you keep them, but you don't, but you do this, but you don't, and charge these people this, and penalize us here and there. It's not your decision whether I have health care or not, health care insurance or not. It's my decision. And if I decide to pick up one day and buy it, I shouldn't be penalized for doing it. Don't ruin healthcare. Take the government's dirty, grubby, greedy hands off of it. And by the way, Mr. President, you gave $100 million to Flint to solve their water problem. Now, on the one hand, I applaud it because it looks good. On the other hand, I don't applaud it because while it looks good, it doesn't do anything. The Flint water problem, hey, listen, you people, was never a problem. There were 6 individuals that were somewhat, possibly, maybe affected by it. 6. And you just sent $100 million? How about this? I've got lead in my water. As a matter of fact, there's lead in my water right now. There's so much lead in my water that when I turn on the faucet, if I run out of bullets for my guns, I just go ahead and pour that into the shell casings and fire that off. Give me $100 million, Mr. President. I need it to fix my lead problem in my water system. Please, please, Mr. President, I need it. Stop giving money away. I know that you're trying to cut costs and all this, and that's great, and I want you to do that. But let's not make a show like other politicians did. Now, I promised from the beginning that when I saw him doing things that I didn't like, I was going to say it. And those are things that I don't like. You got to get rid of Comey. You got to get rid of this Ryan Care that's going through the House. And don't give away money just to look good. I know that it's not going to buy you points anyway. People are still going to hate you. Those that hate you are going to hate you. Another thing, I saw the dumbest article. Oprah Winfrey, in a new poll, is ahead of the president by 7 points if she were to run in 2020. Now, first of all, it's ridiculous to even consider a poll at this point about what's going to happen in the 2020 election cycle. But Oprah Winfrey, never forget this. Oprah Winfrey made daytime talk television what it is today. She made Maury Povich. She made Dr. Phil. Of course, I think she created Dr. Phil in her basement, honestly. I think she's a creation of, or he's a creation of Oprah. He's actually a robot, and she made him. She made Dr. Phil. She made Maury Povich. She made Jerry Springer. She made those guys. She invented the whole thing. She made Geraldo. She invented the whole genre of shock daytime TV programming. And there's a great video clip I saw the other day of Oprah, and I was going to put it on Facebook, and I never did. But great video. She's talking to this guy, this young kid who's wants to be a preacher, and he stands up and he quotes this verse, and he's just screaming it. It's ridiculous. That's not preaching. And anyway, Oprah's standing there, and she puts her hand on her face like this, and then she puts her finger up her nostril, and nobody said anything in the comments. It was crazy, man. Oprah is on TV picking her nose on a program that's edited, and they left that in there for some reason. It was great. Anyway, that woman will never be president, but it would be hilarious if the first female president was Oprah Winfrey when Hillary Clinton has been groomed for it for decades. It would be great. I would kind of be happy about it for about 37 seconds, and then I would shoot myself. I don't know. Anyway, those are the things. Oprah, you're never going to be president. Jim Comey, you need to be thrown out of the FBI, ridden out on a rail. And Mr. President, get rid of this health care program. And Senate, you need to give your give your consent on Neil Gorsuch and get him into the Supreme Court yesterday. And Republicans, grow a backbone. Stop caving into the Democrats every time you turn around. You're in charge. You've won. Act like it. Pull up your big boy pants. Grab the big stick and go to work. That's all. And let's get rid of Paul Ryan, for crying out loud. Nobody needs that guy. Anyway, I'm going to end this video early. 9:42, 43. That's all I've got today. God bless you. See you on the next video.